Hey everybody, Todd here, 51% crew. Uh, since there's a lot of emotion rolling right now that I just pretty much proved in CCT, I wanted to take a quick look at the charts. I'm not going to go really into a lot of detail, like, one day and 1 hour and everything. I'm just going to take a quick look at the 4 hour chart here on Bitcoin. I'm looking at a 4 hour chart, Bitcoin, Bitfinex pricing, and let's see what we got here. Well, everybody's seen the big drop from 20,000 down to 6,000, which, you know, pretty much expected because obviously these markets don't go completely straight up all the time, and emotions run high. And I'm going to do another video later on the emotions of trading because I just did a little experiment and got some data that seemed pretty interesting. So, what's going on here? This correction was expected because if you look here, this is the longer term trend that comes down, and we broke through it for a minute, but we also ran into this 50% fib right here, which was expected to be resistance, and this long-term trend was resistance. So we came up here and we had a nice little rally. I mean, this almost hit 100%, 90% rally. So that looked good, and people are going to take profits eventually. Let's take a look at this. We came up here and hit the 50, and it bounced down, and they tried to hold the trend line. And you see this battle that went on right here. I mean, we're talking for 12 hours. So we had a 12-hour battle for this trend, and obviously, profit took taking, the bulls lost, and it dipped down. But if we always need to zoom out on the chart and look where we're at in this market. Basically, let me get a trend line. So we'll take a trend line here. This is a support area right here at 10,326. So I would say, long as we don't drop below this, 10.3 zone, I'm going to remain bullish on this market. So this is going to be a key level here at 10.3 because we have supported it here basically. Yeah, punched through, but that was a lot of momentum coming down, but it immediately bounced back up. So I would consider this a support area. Came up here, touched the 618, came back down, and found another support area in this 10.3 zone. Tested the 50 again, back to the 10.3 zone. So finally it lost here. So once it lost this, it came down, and what happens to former support? Former support turns into resistance, obviously. And look at this resistance zone. So now we have a key level of resistance here. So this is telling me that obviously the market failed, came back down, we rallied back up. Came back up on our first run here, and see this? It bounced right off of that. So came down, we finally broke through. And once we got through, former resistance, that now turns into support. They supported it again. So it came up here and hit the 50, got rejected, and it's coming down here. So if you're going to go long on this position, I would go long somewhere in, let me get a box. This would be an ideal long position because we're obviously still in an uptrend. So this would be a long trade here. I wouldn't take a short trade until we basically close the daily candle below this 10.3 zone. So that's when you start looking for short opportunities. But as of now, this is a long opportunity. So if you look back here, we've had a correction here. I mean, yeah, it looks bad, but what was it? 11.8 to 10.5-ish, 10.480. So, we're looking at $1,400. But here's a 9,000 to 7,800. So that's $1,200. See how it always corrects like this. And here's another correction. 11,260. Well, let's say 11,3. And 10,2. So we had almost $1,000 correction here. This is all profit taking. So there's nothing really to worry about here. And unless we start closing daily candles below this 10.3 zone, then you start looking for short opportunities. But as of now, this is going to more than likely bounce off of here, or if it punches through on a daily, obviously, then we'll take up shorts. But if you're going to do that, I would tuck a stop loss down in here in this zone. Obviously, 90. You don't want to get stopped out, so 9,900 or whatever off of the 10.3. So that's basically where this market's at right now. I'm not going to pull up MACD and RSI and go into really a lot of detail here, but we just got to identify basic support zones and basic resistance zones, and they're very clear here. These are very clear, and this is the Fibonacci we're obviously trading off of, because look how these are lining up. Ideally. So for everybody that's worried about it, sit back, relax, and try to grab some cheap Bitcoins. Make sure you protect yourself with a stop, obviously, if you don't know what you're doing. And we'll see where this takes us. We're only at Wednesday, so we still got another 2 days in the trading week for the institutional traders before they take off for the weekend. We're also coming in fundamentally. Basically, the Chinese New Year is about to end in the next day or two, so that could have a little impact on the market when the Asian traders come back in. We'll see if they're bullish or bearish, and we'll see where that takes us. So, just wanted to give you guys an update on where the market's going, and I'll do another video probably tonight or whatever on the social experiment I just did. You'll probably find it pretty entertaining. So, catch you guys later.